Pool life, it's the only life we know. Pool life, when you pat it in the hole. Pool life, it's the cowboy show. Pool life, when you get that lucky roll.
Hi pool fans, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to learn a few positions when you might get ball in hand. See a lot of amateurs putting the ball in the wrong place, and to start the rack off, when you're trying to chase the finish, you're always going to mess up. I'm going to help you guys put that ball in a better position. Before we get started, I just want to say thanks to everybody that has followed me, shared the page, liked, and I like reading your comments, seeing what you think of the videos and hearing about your opinions on pool and the situations we've talked about. So huge thanks to all you people out there. If you've not subscribed, you can still hit that button if you want. Now, let's get into today's little lesson. I'm going to set the situations up and pretend we've got ball in hand. My opponent's scratched. Let's go. Okay guys, I've got ball in hand. I've had a quick look at the table. The 2 ball, the blue 2, doesn't go in this corner. Doesn't go in this corner. The 7's blocking it. It goes in this pocket, this pocket, this pocket, and this pocket after I've potted that. So, first glance, 3 balls up table. So I've got to make sure I get the right angle on the 2 to get to the 3. That's what's going to be key. Obviously I've got ball in hand, I can put it anywhere. And let me just stick this line across the blue 2 because I like playing it in that middle, and here's why. I know if I land anywhere below that line, I'm going to have an angle, any kind of angle, to get on this 3 ball. Now, I can put the cue ball where I want. I want to put it in a position where I get a natural angle. What I mean by that is, after pocketing the ball, the cue ball goes its natural path. I don't want to be putting loads of jizz on this and spinning around 2-3 rails. It's just going to go wrong. Try and make it as easy as you can. Now, sometimes, see a lot of players doing this. This is not good. So you're trying to get here and you're going to play it into the middle, but you're going to stun it and try and find that gap. In this instance, didn't work out too bad, but I'd like to have been around this area. As you could see, I was getting a little bit near the rail. That's because it's a field shot, and even though I stunned it into the area, it's very easy to land on the rail, or sometimes land short and have no angle. So we now know we're not going to stun into an area. It's very easy to lose the cue ball or land too short, especially when in the back of your mind, sometimes you think, oh, don't land short, don't land short. I know that's very negative, but it's easy for that to enter your mind when you're playing the wrong shot. When you know it's not the right shot, little things start to go into your brain, and then that's where it all goes wrong because you're not focused on doing the right thing. So we'll put the ball here. That gives me the natural path the cue ball's going to take into the area I want, and as long as I land below the line, I've got some kind of shot on the 2 ball to get on the 3. So let's go. This is just aiming a bit left on the cue ball, just potting it, and the cue ball, you'll see, just going to come off the bottom rail, and that's perfect. Anywhere in this area is fine. We can chop it into the middle, play off the side rail, and sometimes on another day you could land here, you could land perfect in the top, it could go here. Anywhere in this area, this massive area, we can manipulate the angle on the 2 and get on the 3. Now, I've spotted another place where some people might put the cue ball. I want to hear your guys' opinion when I play this shot. Let me show you. So I want to show you this position. I think this is dangerous. I can see why some people might play it, but if it goes wrong, you can hook yourself behind the 7. However, there is a natural path. You can play it with follow, hit the first rail, the second rail, and come into this gap. It is on, but is it dangerous? Do you have to flirt with the 7? It's not really for me, but let me just play the shot so you can see. So we're just playing this with high, hair of right hand spin. There you can see I've kind of under it a little bit, it's gone near the rail, but you could see where I was going. It is a natural path, but I don't like flirting with the 7. Let me know in the comments, is that an option? Is it a good shot? Is it a bad shot? I'm hoping you can get the gist of what I'm trying to help you guys look for when you've got ball in hand. You can put the cue ball anywhere you want. So you want to put it in a position where you're going to leave yourself a natural shot. That is when you've pocketed the ball and the cue ball is taking its natural path. We don't want to play a stun shot or a draw shot or anything where it's all about feel, because on different days, different matches, different situations, you're not going to perform them shots as consistently as finding the natural path. Now in this little setup that I've put on the table now, this will give you a little bit more of an idea if you're struggling, so let me show you. So again, our opponent has scratched, they've bottled it, they've done a bottle job, they've dogged it, it's hill. We've been left with this table layout. Where do we put the cue ball? This is where not to put the cue ball, and do not do this. So we put the cue ball here, and we're playing again that stun shot into the gap. Even though you might think that's fine, and I've not executed it that bad, on another day I could overdraw it and scratch in the corner. I could maybe hit the 5, I could under hit it, I could even hit the middle jaw. It's just not a good shot to play. Let me show you where I'd put the cue ball, and in my opinion, you can't go wrong. Okay guys, I'm going to put the cue ball in this spot. I'll check that when I go over there. Not going to stun through that gap, it's very dangerous. That's a feel shot. It's an execution shot. It's no good. We want to find a natural. We're going to call it a natural. That is the natural path the cue ball takes, and we're going to aim for that circle over there. We're going to have 1 rail, 2 rails, anywhere. Even if it lands on the rail, it's not ideal, but I'd take it just because of where the 5 is more than anything, so I'm not concerned. This is a great chance to win the rack and the match and the cheese and the trophy. So we're going to put the cue ball here, put a bit of chalky walkie on it. Don't forget to chalky walkie your cue, and anywhere in this area is perfecto. Now I feel a little bit shaky on the cue because I've not really played much, but even so, you can see, because I'm taking the right shot, anywhere in this area is perfect. Let me just put my cue down. If it lands here, we've got an angle. Sometimes adrenaline can kick in, you overhit it, it could land here. You might get a little bit unlucky and it lands straight. However, where the 5 is, it's not the end of the world. It's not great, by the way, but it's not the end of the world. We're looking for the naturals into the areas. Now I really hope this is all starting to make sense. Obviously I can't show you every situation where we scratch, but I can certainly tell you guys my opinion, what you should be looking for when you're putting the cue ball, just to make the shot easier and the run out easier. And that will help in pool in general, because you're going to start looking at the natural angles on all your positional shots. So here's a little Brucey bonus. This is a very, very interesting situation. I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments about this situation on the table. Let me show you. So I've been blessed with ball in hand. There's 5 balls left on the table. We have a big issue over there. The 7, the 8 are tied up. There's no bank shot on. If the 7 was here, that might change our thought process. There's no combo on the 8, but we could maybe play a bank in the side. However, it's not there, is it? It's there. It doesn't go anywhere. There's no combo. Safe is not really easy unless you get over that side. So it's a tricky situation. Now, for me, you want to try and attack that problem as soon as possible. You don't want to be potting the 5 and trying to get a nice angle. So for instance, we try and pot the 5 and kind of leave it in this area to play off 2 rails, because if you miss the cannon, you're done. You've no balls left on the table. So can we find a path from this orange 5 to break up the cluster? Seen this done before. Again, this will make a bit of sense. You try and put the cue ball here and you're trying to draw down and you don't get enough draw on it. You hit the rail, so that's no good. Let me just whack this back up. Or you can put the cue ball there again and you overdraw it and you miss the balls. So that's no good because it's a feel shot. You're getting the gist. It's a feel. You're not going to feel that and draw up. So we've got to look for a position, a natural angle to break the balls out. And I think I've found one. So I've moved the camera so you can see the cue ball tracking down this channel. This is what we want to find. We want to come in at this direction. I'm going to go 2 rails, cue ball down this channel, big target this. We're not just aiming for one ball, we're aiming for this big target. We can nudge these out the way, break them up. We're going to have a shot on the 6. Now we're not certain what shot we're going to have on the 6. We don't know if we're going to land straight, are we going to be near the rail. But the main thing is we try and get these balls broke out. So let's have a go. There you see, look at this, into the channel. And would you just look at that? They've come out, an absolute treat. We're going to win this rack. We're just going to play this. We've got a nice angle, high left, just to come over and look at this. All because we've chosen the right place to put the cue ball. Pool fans, that is a wrap for this video. I've shown you 3 situations where you get ball in hand. And as you can see, they're all very similar, even though the layout's completely different. But I'm looking for the natural angle the cue ball is going to take. That means when I hit the cue ball takes its natural path, which means I'm not trying to play an execution shot, draw it and fizz it around all the rails and all that garbo. I'm just playing a simple shot. It's going to make you a more consistent player. You're going to clear the table more often, and all the other situations that come into the game of pool, you just can't fail. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit the share, hit the bell, and don't forget to comment on any of the 3 situations in this video. I'll see you soon.